Hello everyone, this is Estefania. Welcome back to my channel called Rustic Olive. Today's review is gonna be on Roja Parfum's Reckless. Before I get started, I just want to address the elephant in the room. I cut my bangs or my fringe, however you want to call it, and I got so much shit for it yesterday. They were like, you look like Edna Mode, you look like the little girl from Despicable Me, blah 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 blah, whatever. Now that that's addressed, we can get back to this. So I blind bought this fragrance based on all the reviews on YouTube. There are several channels that are, I actually looked at almost every single video that featured Reckless. I was curious because they said it was like a fresher version of like Oriana, fresher version of Love Don't Be Shy kind of a thing. So that's kind of what I was aiming for originally. And there was no place that I can sample this close to me. However, I did sample the Parfum version and I love the Parfum version. And I heard another YouTuber say, this one is actually better than the Parfum version. So I was like, well, if it's better, I'm going to trust her, right? So I got it. So I kind of want to do my opinion, my takes, the little pros, mostly pros and cons on this fragrance. So, yes. It comes in a box like this. The packaging is beautiful. It's like it's sitting in a little bed like this. It opens from the bottom with like this little triangle like that. And the opening of this fragrance is kind of what I enjoy the most. It's like a sweet citrus, musky, with a touch of animalic on the beginning. The issue that I have, and here's the first con, and it's not a con, I think it's more of a preference for myself. The con is that as I'm moving throughout my day, as it dries down on my skin, I get a lot of musk. A lot of musk and a touch of animalic at the bottom. So I don't know if that's coming directly from the jasmine. I don't know if that's coming from like the styrax. And I don't want to get into that right now, but basically that's kind of how it performs on my skin. Close to the skin, it's that beautiful opening, but as I'm moving around, it's just like that white floral, musky velvetyness with a touch of animalic. And I've actually I've actually tried this on 3 different days, in 3 different situations. So an office situation, at home situation, and yesterday an outside situation. So I've kind of sampled it in 3 different places, 3 different temperatures kind of a thing. And what I found is that this performs amazing. It performs great. Yesterday I got up, I probably sprayed around 4:30 in the morning and it still remained on my skin until like 7:30 at night. So what is that? 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 hours. I had to count out loud. 15 hours of wear, okay? And it's crazy because it's like a lot of my other fragrances don't last this long. And the what is it called? The concentration on this one is Essence de Parfum. It's not Parfum or Eau de Parfum. It's like supposed to be between an Eau de Toilette and a Parfum. So this thing lasted. It lasted a long time, and I'll give it that. Amazing performance. As far as the projection, I thought it was kind of closer to the skin, but in the first occasion where I wore it to an office, I got like one of the craziest compliments from another guy in the office. We're walking around, whatever, I bumped into him and he was like, it's you that smells good. He was like, I was trying to get closer to the copy machines just so I can keep smelling it. I'm like, and then he just got kind of awkward. Like, I guess I sounded weird. And we just kind of stared at each other. Okay, thank you. I'll remember that. So, I had a pretty crazy compliment on this one day 1. I should have asked, like, what was his take on it? Like, what did he smell or whatever? But I didn't. I mean, the point was that it performed enough where it left the trail and he was able to smell it when his seat was like across the room, and I thought it was like something more personal, like closer to the skin. It's not. It performed really well. So performance is great and projection is great. So that was pretty good. Yesterday where I wore it was extremely hot and it lasted the entire day. Like I said, 15-hour wear, 15-hour wear, and it lasted the entire day. No questions asked. The only issue that I have with this, and it, like I said, it's not an issue, it's just a preference. I don't prefer white florals that are very musky. I prefer very sweet florals that can have musk, but this one is predominantly musky. Like, it's a very musky, borderline animalic fragrance in my aura. And that's kind of what throws me off of it a little bit. I don't really like things that have a dash of animalicness to it. I like musk to a certain extent, but not when it's the main note. To me, the main notes here are the musk and probably the styrax. So with that said, I kind of just want to read the notes, the official notes out loud. So this is from the Roja Parfums website. Top notes are bergamot, mandarin, orange. So it's that sweet citrus that it comes out with at first. Heart notes, geranium, rose, neroli, jasmine. So it's a very floral take. So yeah, there's white florals in there, and that's kind of what's dominant to me. Base notes, coriander, pink pepper, cinnamon, sandalwood, benzoin, vanilla, styrax, and musk. To me, it's very musky. And like I said, very animalic as well. So that's kind of like what throws me off about this one versus a parfum version, because I did sample it. I love the parfum version. If I would to have these side by side, I probably would have picked the parfum version instead. But like I said, that's just a preference. I know Stephanie Tamayo would probably love this because she loves her white florals. She loves musky fragrances. So I think this would have been better suited for her. It also, even though it doesn't list it, like what it really reminds me of is like, if you know that flower Baby's Breath, there's like an airiness, white floral, but there's something a little bit indolic in there. And that is kind of what I get in here. So if you know what I'm talking about, that Baby's Breath flower, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But overall, performance, like I said, it was great. Projection was great. It's just a matter of personal taste. And if I was to have compared this to like stuff in my collection, I actually think this is more similar to Perdizione because it has like a citrus. Only Perdizione is a little bit more sharp and it has more vanilla, versus this one is more musk and sweet citrus. And so okay, so let's keep going. So Oriana keeps its sweetness, its playfulness throughout the wear. It's very close to the skin, while this one projects more. Love Don't Be Shy, I think, is probably the most different one from all of these mentioned compared to this one. I don't want to get too deep into that one. That one is just more orange blossom, more sweet. It's also very airy, projects a lot as well. But this one, between all of them, I think is a more sophisticated one. And maybe that's what it is with me. I don't consider myself a very sophisticated person. I think I'm I like fragrances that are more like immature, that feel bubblier, sweeter, etc. This is quite mature in my opinion. Like, I feel like maybe my mom, my tias, my aunts, whatever, I think they would really like this one. Versus me, I feel like this is more more mature, you know, more adult-like. I think I haven't grown up yet with my fragrances, but that's just kind of what I got from this. That's my take on it. If you guys have sampled this one before, just please let me know what your thoughts are on it. And thank you. Have a good one. Bye.